Hi and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are going to learn about arrays in JavaScript, one of the best and one of the most important topic one have ever told you is arrays and objects, and out of which now we are concentrating on arrays in JavaScript. So in JavaScript arrays, let's take an example. Let's say I'm having uh, cars, okay, and let me give some car brands, okay, and now we have some BMW, we have some cool cars, Audi, and then let's say Jaguar. Okay, we have three cars in our array. So now these cars, and also why do we need to use arrays? To maintain a collection of some specific items, or let's say some diverse items, we make arrays just to collect them everything inside one variable, and then we can do loops over that. Okay, now this is what array is. So if I try to console.log car brands, let's see what we get. You see we get three items, length is free, and we get three items. And if we want to access them, so arrays usually start with index 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Definitely you can access them using this. Okay, so here you have the values. But now my point is, if I want to update any value, which is, let's say I want to update the value which is mentioned on index 2, that is the third item, 0, 1, 2, and let's make it to Honda. Okay, Honda. Let's save this. So like this, I can also update the value. In my example, you can see on the third position, it was Jaguar, but I manually updated that value to Honda. So this is how arrays can be also updated using the index. But let's say we have 100 brand names. It will be really difficult to find that name and then just manually writing the index and updating that value. So what can we do at this situation? So I taught you in the previous videos on arrays we can use for each loop, and in that you get some item, you get some index, and here if I do a console.log over the items, if I do a console log over the items, if I do a reload, you see the same output I get. And also I can do a index as well. You see I get BMW is at 0, Audi is at 1, and Jaguar is at 2. So here also I can now simply check if I'm now saying if my item is equal to Jaguar, okay, my item name is equal to Jaguar, then what I need to do? I need to do is, let's say, car brands on that index, okay, on that index is equal to Honda. And then let's say I want to console log my car brands. Let's see if this thing is perfect. Yeah, this thing works as charming. Now you have something where you can just compare and get the values done. Okay, so this is how you can do a few things. But again, now this was one of the examples how you can create an array. Let's take another example. Let's say we have car, we have const, and now we want to store some movies. Okay, now you can do a new array. This thing is absolutely fine. You can also create arrays using this. And let me show you one more thing. You can give an array length, let's say 10. And now let's do console log movies. Let's try to reload and see. You see we have some empty 10 slots into this array. And now what you can do, you can do movies at 0 index is equal to something. Okay, and similarly, you can just replicate this 10 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they are 9 and 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 and this is 9. Okay, so let's save this. And when I do a reload, you see I have now 10 indexes in my array. But if I try to increase one more element into this, then what will happen? Let's try to check that out. So you see, initially it was the size of 10, but yeah, I can definitely increase the size as much as I want. There's no issue. And also, this was one way how you can give it a value, or else if you have pretty much some values predefined by you, let's say Honda, and then we have Kia. Let's try to save this. Here you will again get the values, whatever you have in that thing. Okay. So now let's do another thing. What all values you can place in an array? So you can place, I think, most of the values, like we have an array for age. So let's say new array is equal to somebody is 12, somebody is 22, and somebody is 43. So this is absolutely fine. Or you can give it a mixed items. And in mixed items, you can do a new array. And in that, you can also place arrays of array. No, there's no issue. You can place whatever you want. The first item is this, the second item is this, and when you do a reload, okay, then you just let me try to print this mixed items now. And when you try to reload, you see there are two collections in an array, and on zero index there is also an array, and on the first index there is again an array. This is the array of array. This is some thing which we commonly known as 2D array. So this is a two-dimensional array. And similarly, you can also have a three-dimensional array. Let's say I have Ram and his age 22. Let's do a proper reload. And you see now we have something known as this thing. And inside this, I can have again one array where I have one, I have two, any item. Doesn't matter. You can see inside this also, I have another array. So this is how array looks in JavaScript. Okay. So this is how we treat arrays in JavaScript. And like this, you can create an array into JavaScript and also assign some values to it. I hope you understand how we can create a collection, that means an array. In the next video, we'll see how we can sort and concatenate these arrays, or also see some functions which are really important while we are studying arrays. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep learning.